Welcome to Shop Talk, episode 71. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for joining us. We are still in the series about community posts, creating community posts that activate the algorithm. Polls are the fastest way to get engagement on YouTube. They are also a low effort contribution from you as a content creator to activate engagement on your channel. It's low effort for viewers with just one tap. One tap of hitting that like button, one tap, clicking on one of your links to get to some of your great long format content or your live streams equals high value for the YouTube algorithm. When someone locks in their vote on one of your polls, YouTube reads that as active interest and not just passive scrolling. Thank you all for joining me for this Sunday edition of Shop Talk. Okay. Community posts are not just updates, they are distribution tools. They help YouTube remember who your channel should be shown to. When someone interacts with one of your posts, YouTube then reads that as active interest, and that activity spills over into your videos and your lives. So the more you use community posts to engage viewers and subscribers, the more the algorithm, the YouTube supercomputers that are positioned all over the world, the more they are going to see those as positive indicators to push more traffic to your long format videos and your live streams. Friends, it really is just that simple. In every episode of Shop Talk, I'm all the time sharing the things that I learned to do to grow my channel from just a little over 200 subscribers to fully monetized in just 6 months using just my iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I did that, friends, at 49 years of age. Yep. I started in the spring with about 200 subscribers, and I reached full monetization. I reached partial monetization in July and full monetization at the beginning of August. Yes, and you can too. And these are the strategies that I used, and that's what we used before the basis for Shop Talk. I share them, and then I also use the questions and answers that you all drop in the comments during every live stream, or that if you're viewing the episodes of Shop Talk, we're now up to episode 71, when you drop comments in the comment area as you rewatch and replay the content as a video on demand. I share those too. Oh, we're going to use the tools. Posts, community posts. You can use those interchangeably because they mean the same thing, okay? Less is more in 2026. So they've just changed the name from community posts to posts. They are, in fact, the same thing because posts, remember, go to your subscribers, to your members, and even to those people who have recently watched any of your content. They're also going to receive your posts. And so here is an example coming from a content creator that I recently collaborated with. When you hear that phrase in the YouTube streets, collaborate and grow, or connect and grow, this is what it looks like from the standpoint of a community post. Amy Loses It took the plunge, and she sat with me for a 2-hour interview, an extended interview, and I call those coffee and conversations. That is my interview segment on Kendi K all day. And so it was also my first live stream of the new year. So I wanted to really capitalize on that. And with that in mind, here's what I did. I created a series of community posts that worked together to promote this live stream, my first episode of Coffee and Conversations. an interview with Amy Loses It. She's on a weight loss journey and she's using a GLP-1 to do it. So, two very relevant, timely topics in the YouTube streets. But I really wanted to make sure we had a large audience and everything was gold. It all worked well. These are the strategies that I use, and my top strategy that I use to push traffic to this content before, during the live stream, and on the replay was community posts. Community posts were the glue that was holding all of these things together. So stick and stay, and let me walk you through it. This is what I did, friends. Notice that we have a great looking thumbnail. The thumbnail that the image size that you need to use for community posts is what they call a 1x1 thumbnail size. It's a perfect square. So you are going to have to reorient your thumbnails, which are usually in the 16:9 is the structure on those. And these need to be perfect square 1x1. So when I do community posts, I always format them for that. And then the images look really great and nothing is clipped off. So you've got to have a perfect square in order to do that with a 1x1. And then look at the engagement. Look at how many likes I got on this thumbnail. Because I used a series of posts, not just a single post. I used a series of posts in the lead up to just before the live stream started. So I started with my post about this episode of Coffee and Conversations. I started those posts the night before the live stream. And first of all, I even started before that because I had set this stream up in StreamYard. Friends, I think we did this on a Tuesday. So I know that by Sunday, maybe by Friday before that Tuesday, I know that we had the thumbnails up. I had the thumbnails up, 2 of them for the vertical stream and the landscape stream. For the mobile stream and the landscape, the horizontal stream. So that was 2 thumbnails about this content up 2, 3, 4 days in advance. Wasn't really for the viewers at that point, but at least they got to see, oh, Kitty K is interviewing Amy Loses It, another content creator. But it was also for what? For the YouTube algorithm. So the YouTube algorithm had plenty of time, days even, to find the right audience for my content. Remember, posts aren't just for the viewers and not just for the subscribers. It's for the YouTube supercomputers as well to connect more viewers with your content, the right viewers, the right audiences. So subscribers were notified in advance as well as recent viewers just by me putting out some posts. And then after the live stream, Kitty K was able to extend the life of that live stream and maximize the video on demand, the replays of that live stream by just going back and tweaking my post, the same post where I shared the channel links. I then tweaked the language at the top and shared. I always add a little text to most of my posts, even my image posts. Okay. So friends, let's talk through that secret sauce of it all. It's not how often you post, it's what people do after you post. Let me say that again. It's not how often you post, it's what people are going to do after you post. Timing matters more than the frequency. Engagement matters more than the polish. And questions, asking your viewers and your subscribers in a post, and then asking them to then comment below and share their answer in a post, that always works better than just sharing an announcement. Remember, we talked about that user interface and that user experience. You got to give them a better experience so that they'll be what? Highly engaged. Is it making sense, friends? I hope it is. Let's keep talking through it. Polls are, in fact, the fastest engagement that you can get. Even one tap on a post, especially a poll where they're giving their opinion to you because you asked and they answered on the poll, that is telling the YouTube supercomputers that people are paying attention to you and your content and your channel. Again, it takes all of those things as positive signals to send your long format content and your videos out to larger audiences. So what should you not do as a creator as you think about posts? Let's talk about some of those things. Don't post links that don't have a setup. Don't just drop a link in there. You need some text to go with it. Okay. You got to lead the people to the water if you want them to drink, right? And I lead people with a little bit of text and the best emojis to go with it. Here's the best one. Lean into this one, friends. Are you leaned in? Don't delete your low engagement posts. Kendi K. I'm going to say it again. Don't delete your low engagement posts. If you do, you're deleting the algorithm knowing who you are. You deleted yourself from the algorithm, from the supercomputers. Your posts were linking to your long format content and your live streams. Even a post with low thumbs up or only 2 comments still gives the supercomputers vital information about you and your channel in the supercomputers, in the algorithm. Friends, just like we tell you, don't delete your long format video or your live streams. Don't delete your posts, even if those posts don't have a lot of action on them. If they don't have a lot of engagement on them, still keep them there, because the YouTube studio, the algorithm still gets to know your channel and your content. And it's helping to identify the best audiences for you now or in the future. The more posts you do, the more you're putting yourself in the algorithm, sticking and staying and keeping yourself in the algorithm. Friends, don't wait to post until after the video is cold. If you wait till it gets cold, you want to repost and get that video on demand, get those replays rolling to keep. Friends, post using those posts that can boost the high engagement from your viewers. Viewers love poll posts. Viewers also love image posts. And viewers also love when you give them a link so that they can click right over to your long format videos and your live streams. All of those send positive signals to the YouTube algorithm. Y'all begin also to monitor your watch time and the channel visits, because that's what the YouTube supercomputers, the algorithm for short, that's what the algorithm is using. They are tracking the watch time on your content and the number of times viewers return to watch more of your content. Viewers, subscribers, and members. The more repeat viewers you have on your content, the more the YouTube views that positively to send your content out to wider audiences. The algorithm calls longer viewing sessions or watch sessions and repeat viewers. It means that your channel is gaining momentum. Momentum in the algorithm, momentum in the supercomputers. And all of that equates to your content being pushed out to wider and wider audiences. We want to welcome in Mujaro Journey with Pam. How did I get 4,000 watch hours so quickly? People started watching my content. People started watching my content. Friends, newsflash, 500 subs, 1,000 subs. I'm on the road to 5,000 subscribers, but my first mini goal is to get to 2,000 subs. Friends, those are still very small numbers when we talk about subscribers. In the YouTube algorithm, to be quite honest with you, Kindy K having almost 2,000 subscribers is relatively the same number of subscribers that my guest on Coffee and Conversations, who has almost 400 subscribers. Y'all, it's relatively the same. It's just a tiny, minute, minuscule, very small, teeny tiny, miniature amount of subscribers. Shout out to our girl, Carol the Girl Miniature, who cooks in miniature form. Great channel, by the way. Subscriber by subscriber, you'll grow your channel. But what started happening, Moonjaro Journey with Pam, how I reached the 4,000 required watch hours is I started doing live streams. And can I tell you this? I did not start doing live streams. I'm now 2 years old on YouTube. That happened last week. I had my second birthday on YouTube. And throughout the whole first year on YouTube, all the way till April, when I was 15 months old on YouTube, January, February, March. 16 months old on YouTube. I never did a live stream. Didn't go live on YouTube. Nope. Not for the first 16 months I was on YouTube. Y'all, these are the facts. So that is why I can tell you exactly the strategies that I did. So if you already, however many number of subscribers you have today, go live. Go live more often. It keeps you in the algorithm. Live streams, they just turn out to be pretty hot stuff. But you know what I did do right during those first 16 months before I ever went live on YouTube? Is I was creating long format content. Long format content, the best it wasn't perfect long format content. It was the best long format content that I could create as a new YouTuber. And all of it was ready to go as soon as I was ready for full monetization. Ads could roll. What happens to people who only do live streams is they end up not having good content, long format content to attach ads to. Yes, you can attach ads to long format content and to live streams. Yes, you can attach ads to live streams and to your long format content. But yeah, you might be on a live stream for 2 hours. But on the video on demand, on the replay of those live streams, folks are not very, 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 very few viewers are going to watch for that 2 full hours again. Very, very, very few. Okay. Live streams are good because they bring in waves of viewers who watch for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You'll have a couple that'll stick and stay for the long haul with you. But on video on demand, once those things go into the replay mode and the replay mode is activated on your content, Friends, they're not going to stay that long because they're not going to have that instantaneous feel to interact with you, for you to put their comments up on the screen, all of those things. Yes. So that's what I did. Monjaro journey with Pam. Let me go back and give you a shorter, more concise answer. That's what I did. I started going live in April of 2025. And I continue to combine that with putting out my best long format content. And viewers, friends, remember this. Viewers, even viewers who never hit my like button, even viewers who never commented, started watching my content. I put my content into playlists. That's why Candy K has now 52 playlists. 52 playlists, absolutely. Playlists for all of my long format content and my live streams. Check me out, friends. If you think that all Candy K is about is shop talk, you're missing out. I'm just saying. Oh, let me tell you. Monjaro Journey with Pam, I'm putting her back up. Monjaro Journey with Pam has a follow-up question. Y'all, if you have questions, this is what will help me. Go ahead and do this. When you have a question, let me put this up. When you have a question, do this and put a question mark on it, because then it'll send me a signal in StreamYard so that I can see your question easier. And we want to welcome in new member of Candy K's crew, Serene in the Making. Welcome. Newest member of Candy K's crew is Serene in the Making. But Monjaro Journey with Pam, content creator, y'all check her out. She's had a tremendous weight loss using GLP-1. So if you're interested in that content, you know that Kitty K just did a sleep study in the hopes that I can get my insurance company to pay for my GLP-1 medication. I hope that I am ZEP bound. I hope that I will be ZEP bound in the next few weeks or so. We got pushed back a little bit because of this snow apocalypse that came through here, that came across our country and just hit the Carolinas. Bless those friends in the Carolinas. Monjaro Pam has a follow-up question. And does the watch time count just the time they are on there? Friends, every minute that someone is watching your long format content or your live streams counts towards your watch hours, towards the 3,000 watch hours towards initial monetization and the 4,000 watch hours for full monetization. But that those watch hours have to be captured over the last 365-day period. These are great questions, Monjaro Journey with Pam. I'm leaving you up there with intention because I want folks to capture your channel name and connect. If you're genuinely interested in weight loss, health, and fitness, and friends, she presents just like I do as a woman of a particular age. That means we're too grown for you to be asking us how old we are. We're seasoned. We're seasoned. So we just get better with our age. Yes, Monjaro Journey with Pam. But Monjaro Journey with Pam, I've been enjoying your walks along the beach. I'm just saying. I hope that was enough to make y'all click and check out Monjaro Journey with Pam. Yes. And so even then on the replay, you're going to get watch hours minute by minute while they're with you on the live stream, viewers are. And then on the replay, yes, when you have to make that video public again after your live stream. If you're not monetized, you have to make that video public. It'll automatically go to private if you're not monetized. You will have to make it public. So always go back and make it public so it can be back on the replay mode. A video on demand is what the YouTube algorithm calls it. And you'll get watch hours again. So that's the point of Candy K doing that loop, y'all. That's what I do, a loop. I try to put out a post before the content goes out, my long format video, or before the live stream, as in like the day before or a few hours before. Proper planning ensures a perfect performance, ensures perfect execution of your content. to wider audiences, just the way that the YouTube algorithm needs to receive all these signals. And then I keep pushing it right after. Notice, no, I'm sharing the pro tips, y'all. I'm sharing the exact things that I've done to grow this channel. We're on the road to 5K. And my first mini goal is 2,000 subscribers. And I appreciate every single one of you. Look at these friends is sharing some of their favorite emojis. I'm loving this Sunday edition of Shop Talk.
Some of the emojis going to be really funny.
They are. Lala loves this emoji. I already knew that. Kyle is sharing some of his favorite emojis. Thank you all. Thank you all. They're fun too. They're really, sometimes the emoji just, it tells the story even better. Put the emoji with some good specific text and it's gold. It's gold. Doses of Shani says, does it matter the time of day you post your long form videos or your shorts? I posted a short and had over 1,000 views. Congratulations. I posted another one and it was the same type and I thought it was actually better, but it didn't do good. Don't overthink it, Doses of Shani. It is like that. Sometimes the content that you quick threw out there as a short, quick threw out there as a community post, that might be the content that, like, it took you less than 2 minutes and you took a picture and you posted it as an image post. It's going to be the thing that gets 1,000 views. I think we've all been there, Doses of Shani. Who knows? Who knows?
We all been there.
We have, Kyle, say that again, Kyle.
We all been there before.
We've all been there, Doses of Shani and content creators. Series now talking about the power of the post, the power of using community posts on your channel to activate the algorithm. Allison Mapp, as a content creator, she collaborated with me. I did for Shop Talk. I did an episode of Shop Talk. Y'all might remember this, where we were talking about memberships and how, from the viewer's perspective, why you say, well, I watch all of my favorite YouTube channels. I'm a subscriber on their channel and I drop comments. I hit the like button all the time and they always hand out gift memberships, but I've never received one. Well, friends, let me tell you this. You have to activate those memberships. You've got to activate those memberships on your channel. And so check out that episode of Shop Talk if you haven't ever received a gifted membership. And that resonated with so many content creators because there were so many content creators such as Allison Mapp. Y'all check out her. I made sure to put her channel link, her channel handle at Allison Mapp right there on the visual so that everyone could see it. Allison Mapp, she did a post on her channel and she said, okay, so I was watching Kendi K live earlier and I did what you told me to do. And I cannot believe that less than an hour later, after she activated gift memberships, she followed the steps that I gave in Shop Talk. She said within less than an hour, she received her very first gifted channel membership. And it was to another one of our safe spaces in the YouTube streets, The Source Network. Y'all check out The Source. You want to, Kyle, are you planning on being on The Source today?
I don't think so because I'm out.
Oh, okay. Okay, understood. But Kyle is a frequent co-host over there as well on The Source, checking out the source, and they do a great gift wheel. And if you do pop over there to the source and it's your first time over there, let them know that Candy K sent you, because we just work together. We're just creators supporting creators, and I love to point you in the right direction of safe spaces. So Allison put out that great, just a little bit of a mention, a shout out to me and Shop Talk, and I appreciated her for doing that. That's what we mean by connect, grow, and share. Y'all, you can always use that share button. It looks like an arrow. Click that share button and you can share good content. If somebody's doing a great live
Yep.
stream, you just want to give them a boost, y'all hit that share arrow under their live stream or under their long format content. And it gives you an opportunity to drop some verbiage as well. But guess what? All of the engagement goes to the original creator. That post from Allison, because I shared it again on my channel, that post got 147 thumbs up. Not for Kendi K. It was 147 likes on
Dang.
Allison Map. Y'all, that's what it means to connect, to collaborate, and grow. You did it. We worked together and she did that. I had no idea. She was just being a kind human by sharing
That's
me out
crazy.
and letting folks know that Kendi K, she was teaching us step by step how to activate those gift memberships on Shop Talk. Thank you. Thank you. And that means a 147 because I reshared it. I shared her post on my as a post on my channel. We both growing in these YouTube streets together. We are better together. Well, thanks, our good friend. Y'all, this might be a good time. Maybe we need to fluctuate the time and flex the time on Shop Talk on Sundays. Because I know some people, it depends on what time you might do church service on Sundays. It also always depends on what time, if I'm going to church in person or if I'm watching online. We want to welcome in some of these great content creators. It's Brooklyn Beauty. We've got Munjaro Journey with Pam. We've got Brooklyn Beauty TV joining us. Hey, y'all. Hey. Munjaro Journey with Pam. Another great question. When you share, do you share as a post or adding to a video and or description? I always share it as a post. I always share it as a post, and it will ask you, do you want to share it as a post? And I do. If I see somebody who is just having a really great live stream, because again, they may not have been able to create, they may have been had an impromptu live stream, right? I didn't have time to create the post, put the secret sauce on it before, during, and after. I just had to go live because this was my window that I could go live as I'm driving home from work and I just want to chit chat. If I see they're having a good chit chat and a positive chit chat, I'm going to go ahead and post them out. Why? Because it's free, because it's fun, because it's creators supporting creators, friends. We can all grow together. We can all grow together. So question was, when you share, do you share as a post? Let me pop it right back up there, friends. Let me show you how you do it. Hit that arrow button. If you look on the right hand side of your screen there, just hit that arrow button. I've got a yellow arrow pointing to the arrow button that you need to hit, and it will say create a post. And then you have the opportunity to add a few words to it if you want. And I always prime that pump, y'all. I always prime the pump. And in this case, I said, Allison Map, I'm so glad you watched Shop Talk and scored your first ever gifted channel membership at the source 479, because that's where she got the gifted channel membership, was gifted to her from the source. I shouted out the hashtag Are You Locked In crew, another safe space in the YouTube streets. I said, congratulations, hashtag Tuber Chat, another safe space in the YouTube streets. And there's a group of seasoned ladies, and they put out a lot of content using the hashtag Core Tribe. Y'all, nobody owns these hashtags, but these hashtags will lead you to some great places and spaces. I'm just saying. Yeah. All right, friends. Let's keep this train rolling so that we can move right along. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for sticking and staying with me and my co-host, Kyle Vlog. Y'all,
I know who Super Chat is.
you do? I do too. Friends,
I've known him for a while.
yeah, absolutely. Y'all, thank you all for being here. Here are the posts that work. Best friends, the polls are is going to get you the high engagement that you're looking for. So are questions that you might use a text post and then direct folks using those arrows pointing down to the comments. Ask them to drop a comment in the comment section that answers that question, that compelling question that you come up with. Use Ask Studio to come up with your poll. Use Ask Studio to help you if you have trouble thinking of great things that will be engaging for viewers to want to hit your like button and want to drop a comment. Using Post That Link, friends, don't forget, use post that link to your long format videos and your live streams. And image posts also work well too. I love to use image posts, but Candy K almost always, not almost always, 100% of the time, Candy K is going to add some text right before any of my posts, even my polls. Y'all check out Kendi K and my Coffee and Conversations with Melinda G TV. Her channel link is right there in white up near the flowers. See, I put out flowers for this interview with Melinda G TV. She's a wife, she's a mom, and she's got a great story, and she puts out lifestyle content. Check her out, Melinda G TV. I am so super excited to have everyone joining us for this edition. Y'all, here's your creator habit of the week. Look at friends. Thank you, Gemini Diva. Thank you for helping to moderate this stream. Kyle Vlog says, welcome in. Look at Kyle. He is that guy. Y'all, don't forget to post. When you do your post before, during, and after your content. Think about a post, okay? Post before, hours before, or even a day or two before you have a long format content premiering, before a live stream, a day before, or even a few hours before. Will get your content in that algorithm and help the YouTube supercomputers to connect the right audience, the right viewers with your content. Don't ever delete those posts, even posts that don't get a lot of thumbs or a lot of comments on them. Anything that's pointing to your content is good for the YouTube supercomputers. Go ahead, Kyle.
I have a question about the upload post. You don't want to upload your videos right away to YouTube, in my suggestion, or however you say it, but you want to private it first because you don't want to put everything out in public really quick. Just private it first because you want to put all your private stuff and all your stuff into your video description and your thumbnail, and I do everything before I have the video to go.
Yeah, and Kyle, I'll just tweak that just a little bit. When you upload new content before, folks are, I know you work on that content, you edit things out, and you said, I'm ready. It's gonna post. I'm gonna become viral off of this one. Y'all, upload, but upload to unlisted. Okay, don't upload to public. Don't make it public as soon as you upload. Upload to unlisted. Get it in the YouTube algorithm. Allow it to sit for and marinate 2 or 3 hours. Do it. Treat it like a steak. Treat it like some chicken or some pork chops. Put the seasoning on it. Put all the hashtags on it. Put the description in the description box with hashtags and the tags, and let that thing marinate at least 2 or 3 hours, or overnight, or a couple of days before. The longer you let it marinate unlisted before it goes public for the first time, the better, the stronger the audience you're going to get, and it's going to be sent out to the right audience, the one that you wanted it to go to. They're asking you, Kyle, what are you using when you upload your videos? How do you upload, Kyle? Using your phone or using your tablet?
Most of the time, I would use my tablet because that's when I use my editing.
Friends, here we go. If you're interested in having an extended interview for Coffee and Conversations, check me out, friends. And this episode of Shop Talk is brought to you by Pound Cake Experts. Visit poundcakeexperts.com. With 50 flavors of gourmet pound cake, there's bound to be something worth eating and enjoying. Every piece of Pound Cake Experts is a smile. Friends, they've got sugar-free, gluten-free, and vegan options. Check out Pound Cake Experts on all social medias. And my favorite flavor is butter. When you visit Pound Cake Experts, let her know that Kendi K sent you. Y'all, here are the creator habits, just in case you didn't see those. And use posts between your uploads. So remember, to stay in the YouTube algorithm, you need to really have at least 2, but 3 is optimal. 3 is optimal. 3 long format videos each week if you really want to grow your channel rapidly. And that's how I got to monetization in 6 months. Is I started doing 3 live streams of Shop Talk per week. Plus, continue to put out my best long format videos. Friends, and I did it as a part-time content creator. So did I always get to those 3 live streams a week? No. Nope. Sometimes I just got to the Sunday edition. Sometimes I got to 2 of the 3 live streams a week. But what I did do was level up and continue to put out my best long format content. And in between that, y'all, I sprinkled that thing with good posts. So, y'all, we're still in this season of posts, because I'm telling you, the posts are really going to help you between your long format videos and your live streams. So here's your creator habit of the week. If you have not posted yet this week, what's holding you back? What's holding you back? Go ahead and post, and we're going to be looking out for your best content. And please use some of the strategies that I've been using. Friends, let me just take one quick step back and share this about your posts. Let me pull that back up so that everyone can see. Let's go back to this one with Amy Loses It, because it's worth us taking a second look at before we get out of here. Friends, if you look over to the right, I've got going live in 30 minutes. I've got my favorite emoji up there. It's that siren emoji. And then on the next line, I have my pointing finger pointing to the right, pointing directly to that channel link. It's a hyperlink, so it's going to be blue. So that's automatically going to drive folks' eyes to it so they can tap in to the live stream. Friends, make sure that whatever you put in the top 2 lines of your posts, put your best stuff, including any channel links or including any Kendi K is going live, the word Shop Talk, whatever, put those things in the top 2 lines, okay? And then anything after that, you're probably going to have the viewer's probably going to have to click on the more. And they often will if you got the best stuff in the top 2 lines. That's another pro tip coming straight to you from Kendi K all day. Make sure you drop your channel link in the top 2 lines. I hardly ever drop my channel link in the very top line, because they don't know what that link is to. So I usually put some text in the very top line of my post, and I put the channel link on the second line. Put my channel link on the second line. You see how I have that there in that post? That's another one of my pro tips. Just something that I learned, and because that will work that way on if they're checking out the post from their TV, if they're checking it out from their tablet, they might be reading the post from their tablet, but most often people are reading posts from their smartphone. So you want to make sure that link comes before they have to click on the more button, or they may not even see that you gave them a channel link. Don't put it in the top. Just remember I said, don't put it in the top. You got to tell them what that's to. The supercomputers like to know. Remember, the words aren't just for your viewers and subscribers, y'all. The words are for the YouTube supercomputers, the algorithm as well. Y'all, we're out of here, friends. We are out of here. Thank y'all for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. I really enjoyed it. Now you've got me rethinking and wondering, ooh, should we kind of switch up? the time that we hold Shop Talk. Maybe we'll do it in the early afternoon on Sundays. Y'all, thank you all for sticking and staying with me. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being locked in. Thank you for all the wonderful questions coming in from the Content Creator Collective. Thank you all for sharing some of your favorite emojis. I hope that you can find these emojis too. I love to see the friends who are sharing out, members of Kenny K's group, who are sharing out their channel links. Y'all don't forget to check out our channel parade. Channel parade has went to the streets, to the YouTube streets. I am putting that in the chat. Y'all, channel parade has went to the YouTube streets. For real, for real. Y'all, I have pinned that link to the top of the chat. Y'all check out that channel parade for me, if you would, please, so that we can shout out a whole lot of great creators. And we have some new badges attached to that. Y'all check it out. Give us some feedback, and channel links are included in the new channel parade. It's moved to its own video. Y'all, there'll be many parades because this is Mardi Gras season. Y'all, welcome in. Happy February, everyone. Let me just pin that to this one as well. I mean, we've had a lot of good friends come through here. I love that for us. Thank you all for being here. This has been super cool. Super duper cool. Kyle, you want to share your goodbyes, friends, while I roll through and put some of the content creators up here again?
What device?
I said you want to share your goodbyes. You want to say goodbye to the Content Creator Collective?
I didn't know what you meant by sorry.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all
Well, I
for being
hope everybody
here.
has a great day and enjoy the rest of your week and stay nice and warm. I know there's not a lot of people outside today trying to stay in where it's nice and warm.
Yeah, exactly what Kyle said. Y'all, thank you all for being here. Thank you
Can't
all
wait
for
until the
being
heat
locked
comes
in.
back. Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Goodbye for now.
Dream. Ain't as simple as it seems. It's the laughter, it's the team, building life on self-esteem. We keep the light. Yeah, it's that time again, we shine again. From Memphis to the Northwest wind. It's love, it's life, it's every day. It can decay all day. Morning light, coffee in hand. Make